dedicated to each and every one of you who appreciate a great glass of wine. You know what I mean?
It's Monday. Let's raise a glass to the beginning of another week. It's time to unscrew, uncork, or saber a bottle. And let's begin exploring the wine glass. Today, we are back talking one-star winery reviews, and we are traveling to Italy, where the only thing flowing faster than the wine is the one-star reviews. Today, we're headed to Montepulciano, a region renowned for its history, stunning landscapes, and apparently its ability to disappoint. The unfiltered opinions of people who had their dreams of a perfect Italian wine experience crushed by stingy aperitifs, rude witches behind the counter, and in one case, a live worm on a charcuterie board. So pour yourself a glass of whatever you got. I think you might want to grab a big bottle and prepare to cringe. Please take a moment of your time to subscribe, rate, and review Exploring the Wine Glass. It's completely free, and it is a great way to let other wine lovers know about the podcast. Be sure to head over to the website, exploringthewineglass.com, to read my award-winning blog and to see what else I've been up to. And most of all, please tell your friends about the podcast. Slainte. Hey everybody, I'm Lori Budd, a UC Davis winemaking program, Spanish wine scholar, sommelier service, champagne and Côte d'Aron specialist, and a WSET Level 2 graduate. You can find Exploring the Wine Glass on all the socials, as well as your favorite podcast catchers. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to swipe, subscribe, rate, and review. Stay in the know about all things wine by visiting my website, exploringthewineglass.com. I promise I'll never tell you what to drink, but I'll always share what's in my glass.
You are special to very.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Explore the Wine Glass one-star winery reviews. We are traveling abroad today. So Martha, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited. This week, someone at work was talking about their trip to Italy this summer, and I was having so much trip envy because I haven't been since before the pandemic.
Wow.
They were just talking about areas I'd never heard of. They were talking about places I missed so much. And so I was looking forward to this so we can kind of travel to people's bad experiences in Italy to kind of counter program, the fantasy side. So.
Yes. And we were talking about, well, would there be reviews? And there are reviews. There are.
Oh, there are? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
This is amazing.
So we are actually going to Montepulciano today, which is, I cannot just say Montepulciano. I have to go Montepulciano,
Yeah,
you gotta make it Italian.
Abruzzo because I'm so ignorant, right?
Abruzzo,
I always add them together.
Abruzzo. You have to do the O's,
Montepulciano, Abruzzo.
Right. So let's first talk about where we're actually going. So Imagine Tuscany, rolling hills, cypress trees, that postcard, perfect stuff. Okay, now you got to envision this gorgeous little hill town that's perched way, 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 way up high, right? Saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. That's Montepulciano. Okay, so it's actually tucked away in the southern Tuscany, and it is magnificent views for days and days and days. Okay, so it's basically like the supermodel of Italian cities, right?
Oh, nice.
This is just going to be the place to be. Now, in terms of history, what I've learned is this place, Montepulciano, has everything. It's been around the block a few times. It's been, it's been around since the ancient Etruscans, which I'd never say correctly.
That's okay. You say Montepulciano correctly. So,
it's basically been in a tug of war for so long between Siena and Florence, and just spoiler alert, Florence won. Okay, so
I love Florence. That's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite city.
I love it too. Smile from ear to ear when I'm there. Okay, and so Montepulciano got a glow up during the Renaissance. And it is known as the Florence of the South. Okay?
Oh. What a compliment when you've been in competition with them all those years. That kind of a little bit galling.
Okay, you won. All right, we're just going to say I'm the Florence of the South, right?
You would be like us if we weren't as good as us and we were down in the South.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Um, so first of all, let's talk about Montepulciano, right? We know that it is kind of just a bit of a brain teaser. Italy and Italian wines, absolutely love them, but they are one of the most confusing areas and wines. There's so many different grape varieties, but it's just so much confusion. So first we have Montepulciano, the town. Okay.
Yes.
This is in Tuscany, and it's the wines from here are Sangiovese.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
But
notes, actually. I just realized. Please hold. Because it's been all these years, right, that I've been talking about it and drinking it and then
Mind
misidentifying it. So
blown.
I'm
Mind
yeah, so I'm
blown.
gonna take some
Okay.
notes here. Thank you, ma'am.
Yep. So it's the town. The wine is basically made out of Sangiovese. But if you really want to impress them or maybe piss them off, depending on how your friends are, the fancy name is actually Prunello Gentile.
Oh, the fancy name of the grape?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
Okay.
that.
Yes. And so the town is named Montepulciano, but its grape is Sangiovese. Then you've got Montepulciano, the grape variety. This is
Yeah,
Abruzzo.
that's the
This
one
is
I
in
know.
Abruzzo.
Aha.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a completely different region. This is in central Italy. And this grape is a totally different wine. And you're going to see it as Montepulciano de Abruzzo.
Yes.
Okay. So the city makes Sangiovese. The grape is in the town of Abruzzo.
Okay.
Why do they
Okay.
make it confusing? I don't know. It's like Syrah and Petit Syrah. Why do you got to
Right.
name it that and then spell it differently? Why do you got to do that?
Exactly. And but I'm thrilled that you actually have cleared this up in my brain because I feel instantly
Like,
smarter
ah.
about it after all these years.
Oh, all right. So we have these beautiful views for days and days and days. You have fantastic wines. What could go wrong? Right?
Oh, I can only
What
imagine.
could go wrong? So we are going to start off at De Ricci Canteen Storici in Montepulciano. It has 4.8 stars, 760 reviews, and it is on Via Ricci 13 and in Montepulciano. According to them, they state since 1300, they've been here a bit.
Wow.
Since 1300, De Ricci Canteen Storici in Montepulciano has been producing and aging Vino Noble de Montepulciano DOCG in oak barrels of various sizes, offering tastings. The grapes used to make Cantina de Ricci wines come from the company's 30 hectares of vineyards located in three of the most suitable areas of Montepulciano. Our goal is to combine technology with tradition, pursuing the uniqueness of the product. In addition to the winemaking and aging rooms, the winery features a large terrace and dedicated exhibition hall. A visit to the Montepulciano winery is a unique experience that conveys our passion. Sounds pretty good to
Perfect.
me, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go with Ty. T-I.
Oh.
Ty is a local guide.
Oh.
Okay?
Hey.
Local guide. Not really, I still don't know what makes you officially a local guide, but Ty is a local guide. I have
So
done,
he hails from the Tuscany of the South.
he hails from, yes, from Florence of the
I'm sorry, the
South.
Florence of the South. The Florence of the South. Yeah,
Florence of
sorry.
the South.
I wonder why I didn't get my joke. It's because I'm misremembering the words. It's just so many things on my notes already.
Little
It's hard to
notebook.
keep track.
Okay, so Ty says, I have done 5 wine tasting experiences in 10 days. Dude, he needs to ramp up his game. 5
Yeah.
tastings in 10 days. I do 5 in
Pshaw.
a day. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 wine tasting experiences in 10 days in the region. And this was one which the value didn't work. My expectations were high given the review ratings, but the tour wasn't good. The place is really beautiful, and we can see there is a long history, but we didn't hear about it. We didn't hear about the real history of the place. Also, the tour took 20 minutes. It would be faster if there weren't questions. And notably, everything is made to be fast because many people are degustation in many hours. They're eating. Just say they're eating. Okay.
Yeah.
The degustation is just you drinking. There's no one explaining about the wines while you prove them. Also, there was just a little quantity of food. I would classify that just as an experience to take money from tourists and not as a real local experience. They have an image of 6 wine glasses on a typical tasting sheet with aperitif in the center.
Oh, he didn't approve
He did
of
not
that
approve.
photo.
No. Okay. So first of all, I don't know how long you want a tour, but 20 minutes tour is good enough for me, first of all.
I don't want to be dragged around for 90 minutes looking at this corner of the cave and this like grandpa's old shack on the hill.
Right.
I really do want to get kind of an overview and then get to the tasting.
Right. And ask questions if I have additional
Yeah.
questions, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you're there to taste the wine, right? So not to get free food. He's upset that there's a small amount of food when it's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come over here, buddy. Come over here, Ty. You don't get anything.
Here we
for
don't give
free.
you any food.
Right?
Here you're lucky if there's those little breadsticks.
If you,
right,
yeah, and those are very
yeah.
rare. Those are
Yes.
very rare. Okay. And he did have an image. He did have an image of this 6 wine glasses with the aperitif. There's cheese, 2 pieces of bread, and a jam. And
Oh,
there's also some salami, and prosciutto.
Oh, this was his own photo?
Yes, he had a photo. He had a photo of the 6 wine glasses with the
What was he
aperitif.
expecting? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know. You've got food there, and there's cheese, there's jam, there's salami, prosciutto, bread. What else do you want? There's actually more food than there is wine.
What maybe I missed it in the review. Did he say how much they charged for this experience?
Nope, he did not. He did not.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What? There's a rebuttal. Is there a response?
There's a response.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Good evening. We are sorry that this was your perception of the experience. We welcome every visitor as a guest and we take the utmost care of them. It's not like they fell. The visit to the cellar lasts about a half an hour where we tell almost 700 years of history, trying not to bore our visitors.
Right.
Both on tour and tasting, we always follow our guests in explaining the wines and answer the questions that are asked. We have a maximum of 4 daily tours where we leave 2 hours to our guests to enjoy the entire experience to the fullest. As for the aperitif offered together with the wine tasting, we always make sure to specify at the time of booking that it is a small taste of our territory. We always welcome all reviews and invite you back to the cellar to make you change your mind.
We'll make you.
I think that's a little
mind. Yeah, it's translation issue.
Yeah, little translation. But seriously, I think that's a lot of food for a tasting. And I agree. They've got 700 years of history. Do you want to be there 700 minutes?
I mean, if you're looking for Italian history, you go on a history tour, not a wine tasting tour. I mean, you do get, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. The reason that wine as an interest is so deep and can last you a lifetime is because it is the intersection of all those things, history and horticulture and geography and politics and, viniculture, all that kind of stuff. But, people are there to taste and buy probably. Right. And it's not just about the history.
Well, it's obviously about the food.
Oh, yeah. So he was saying it was the history. He was saying that they didn't tell him enough history, but really what he was mad about was he only had 5 cubes of cheese and 2 kinds of meats with a bread.
And don't forget the 2 pieces of bread.
Plus jam.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I get to side with them right now. Unless I hear differently, I'm thinking winery.
Yes, winery, pro winery. Well, let's see what Steve has to say. I actually really liked this, actually.
Oh, hey, as a 1-star?
That's how he starts off a 1-star. Walked through, first of all, I actually really liked this, actually.
Yeah, he's typing on his phone, editing on his phone.
While he's drinking. Walked through the wine cellar is a must. I did not like the person working at the end of the tour. Walked up to her because at the very end, there isn't much instruction on what to do. Noticed 4 people sitting at a table and having a bottle of wine, so assumed you could buy wine. Asked her if I could have a bottle of Vino Noble, and she said they didn't have it, which was fine. My dad asked for a red wine to buy and have her open it so we could sit with the other people at the table and have a drink. She goes, "This isn't a bar. Now I see why you asked me to open it. Now I know this was a sure misunderstanding, but her attitude and poor customer service really aggravated me. The place is a cool experience, but at the end, just walk by the counter as it is not worth dealing with this witch." First of all, that does not sound like a 1-star review to me.
No, it doesn't. I think he was too quick on the 1-star because he was mad about the witch. But
I'm thoroughly confused. I don't exactly know what happened here.
it sounds more like he's confused. It sounds more like he could be one of those rushy people. Like, right, he's getting into the tour and they were about to come out and say, "Oh, hey," and explain what was next. But he saw someone else with wine at a table and just like beeline to try to buy a bottle. It sounds like the experience normally has those wines with the food and the aperitif, right?
Right.
So somehow in his approach, and then if he did walk up to a woman like he is bellying up to a bar at a place where they're going to pour a whole tasting and give you a guide, and said, "Hey, can I get one? I want one of these reds, one of these bottles." She'd be like, and there might be a language barrier here too, where she's like, "Oh, now I understand why you were treating this like a bar,
right?
Because you saw those people." Like she was like thinking out loud about, "Oh, now I understand where you're coming from," but it was too late.
Yep.
He was irritated.
You're absolutely right. It does sound like she didn't understand what he wanted because she's saying it's not a bar, but then, oh, now I get it. Like she caught on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm still
they
going
thought
with
the answer was just to order a different wine. That makes me laugh. He's like, "I'll get a noble." And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So his dad's on his heels going, "Well, then what about just a red?" Right? And she's like, "I don't understand what you men are doing right now."
Right. I'm going to pour you.
I'm the hostess.
6 glasses. I'm going to pour you 6 tastings and give you food.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So, that's so interesting. I mean, unless I hear, did they rebut?
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm winery on this one.
Yes.
Again.
Yep.
I know it seems like I have that bias, but sometimes we agree with the customers.
Yes. You need a little bit more explanation. And that's not a 1-star. You enjoyed the place. It's a beautiful place. The cellar is a must.
Yeah, the walk through the cellar was great.
Yeah. At the very least, it's a 3.
Yeah. But he's mad at that witch. He had a name call. He was so mad.
Well, at least he used a W.
I know. Well, probably his wife was there. Saying,
yes.
"Don't you dare put that in there."
Oh, all right. Let's hear what Diedrich Kilbay thinks. Although we had confirmation of time booked, the tour had started already half an hour earlier than agreed. At first interaction after waiting in front, we were accused of being late and had to either jump directly into tasting or leave it. Not what I would expect of hospitality service. Okay, so here I'm going to go with, if everybody else was there on the tour, I think you have the wrong time.
Well, right. Like if they were there, like, yes, I would want a follow-up question. Like, how was the time confirmed? Right. Did you request 3:30 without reading? And then they said, "We booked you for the afternoon tour," and you didn't go back and look that it was 3:00?
Right. And I'm just saying, if other people are all there, then other people had the other time.
So, yes. Yeah. The correct time. Let's just say it. Let's just call it what it is. The correct time. Yes. So winery.
Yep. All right. Maria went. She went
where?
Yeah. But she's very specific on her time. She's very, very specific.
Okay.
But this one is funny. I arrived in front at 10:37 on Thursday morning, and it was closed. People were waiting in the front for it to open. And she has an image of the door closed, and right next to the door, it says, there's a sign that says entry. So these idiots are standing outside just
Waiting for the
because the
door to
door is
open.
closed.
Oh my gosh.
Ah.
She thinks it's like Disneyland, right? The gates
There's
are
literally a
open.
sign.
Everyone enter. This
There's
is
literally a
entry.
sign right there that says entry.
Oh.
Yes, 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 yes.
And that was it?
That's it. That's it. Now the
So
owner
I
did
will say,
respond. The
oh,
owner
they
did
did?
respond, but not really in a good way. Like she just said, "Good morning, Maria. Entry to our cellar is always by reservation. You can book the visit on our website or by calling us. Um, we'd be happy to host you." But she had an appointment. They just didn't open the door. I'm guessing. Like, did they not
Did
try
she
the
say
door?
she had an appointment in her thing?
Oh, you're right. No, she did not have an
So
appointment.
did she like look on Yelp and it said open at 10:30 or 10
And
a.m. and she went and the door was closed. They
yes.
weren't there because she didn't have a reservation.
Yes, yes, yes. See, now I just thought she was stupid for not opening a door, but she's stupid for not having a
Assuming.
reservation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Our
Yeah.
seller is always by reservation. You are correct. She just is stupid in a different way.
Yeah. That we knew we were going to get there somewhere, somehow. I mean, the other thing is, and let's pretend, just for the sake of argument, that they were supposed to open at 10:30. 10:37 in Italy is not very late to open if you said
No.
10:30.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they were open at 10:30, right? There's
Yeah, you get right. If because I doubt that's actually the thing, but like leave your American watch at home,
Yeah,
right? Go sit on the bench over there in this beautiful place that smells of, you know,
right.
olive leaves and
Yeah.
right. Don't expect
Yeah.
prompt
Yes. Yes.
opening, but it
But
sounds
you
like
are
it's something
absolutely
different.
right. The response is it's by reservation.
Yeah.
So you can book by website or phone. And then she's like, if you're still in Montepulciano, we'll
Come on back.
organize it. Come on back. We're sorry.
Well, and here's the other thing. I don't know this particular place, but some of the places we went on our tour, they were like homes,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Yeah.
There's not like it's not like a mall,
Right. Right.
right?
That you
So
just
where they
walk
would,
in.
yeah. So we,
10 o'clock, you roll up the gate.
yeah. So I mean, if she had an appointment, they might still be in their gowns
Right.
eating their breakfast in the back. So yeah, winery all the
Winery,
way.
winery, winery. All right. Sparvy. Sparvy.
Oh wow.
Excellent winery. Unfortunately, the person in charge of tasting is not up to par. Rude and opinionated. I advise the owner to replace it
It.
or avoid drops in turnover. So
So is this the
replace
witch?
it. I'm guessing so. I don't know. Just up, not to par. Rude and opinionated. I advise the owner to replace it to avoid drops in turnover.
So I don't mean to besmirch Italy once again. I just talked about punctuality, but sometimes things seem rude in Italy that are not rude.
I will to them. Correct.
Yes, right? They're
Correct.
just like they're perceived as rude by
Mhm.
us when um it's just culturally different and
And
sometimes language differences, right?
yes,
Like they're finding the word to do it. The fact that most of them speak English in these situations is remarkable
right.
anyway, but that they might pick a word that seems rude.
Yeah. Yeah. And they just have different customs or whatever. So two things in Sicily. One, outright rude. Like, I'm sorry, outright rude. The other one was a culture thing. So I was trying to get in line to get food at one of the events we were at. And I'm standing in line, and these people just are like going in front of me and taking the plate and whatever. And I was with somebody who was from Italy, and I was like, whoa. She's like, oh, yeah, there's really not lines here. Like that, you
Yeah.
just go. You just go. I was like, oh, okay. Like I was waiting in line. They don't wait in line. That's a custom thing that not familiar with.
But you could have given a one-star
Really kind
review
of
for that
rude.
event
Right. Right. These people just
because
keep cutting in front of
cut in
me.
line.
Right. Absolutely. The second one, just out and out rude. We're on a bus to go someplace, right? And the only seat that's left is the back of the bus, the bench, right?
Yeah.
And there's three people sitting there. It's the only seat that's left, right? Well, I take that back. There was a seat next to another man who had his leg up on the seat and picking his nose. I was not taking that chair. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was not
well.
taking that chair.
Well, then anything that happens next is your own fault.
Is my own fault. My own fault. I cannot give a 1-star review because I
Right.
chose, right? So I sit in the back. As I go to the back, there's a man there, older than me, that literally goes, "Phew," like really loudly, right? And I'm like, all right, there's no place else for me to sit. So I sit down. On my right is an Italian woman. And now here is this woofing man
Huffy and
on my
puffy.
left,
Yeah.
right? Yes, I'll huff and puff and blow your house down, man, on my left. They start to have a conversation with each other. Okay.
Across you?
Through me. Hands are flying, everything, right? Spit flying, right? So I'm like sitting there and I'm like sitting all the way back and their hands are doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, right? And then the man's, spits and I get spit on my face and I wipe it off. I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Right? And then she's talking to him and she spits. So I get spit on the other side of my face. I'm like, oh my God. So like I go to lean forward and they just, hands still going in front of me. I'm like, oh, I literally
Well,
just
you
was
know
like,
they were talking about you.
absolutely. Right through me. They were talking about me through me,
Through
whatever.
you.
But I was like this. I was like leaning all the way back because I didn't want to get spit on again. And, the conversation was literally, if I leaned forward, I'd get hit in the face.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
That's
rude.
hilarious.
That's rude.
Yes. But
But
and they thought you were rude for deigning
sitting,
maybe they expect you to stand.
yeah,
I don't know what they expected, but or to sit next to nose picker.
yes, no, I was no. So foot up on the other chair and picking his nose. No, thank you.
Yuck.
No, thank you. Well, we've had nose pickers. We've had people who can't open doors. We've had people who can't read that there's reservations only.
Yeah.
Way too small aperitifs. 2 pieces of bread is definitely not enough. So we are going to travel a whopping 4 minutes down the road.
Perfect.
And we are going to Ercolani Cellars. Okay. So this is known as the Underground City and Museum. And it's Via de Graziano nel Corso in Montepulciano. 1.4 thousand reviews with a 4.8 rating.
Oh, that's amazing, actually.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the Ercolani farm. Cantina Ercolani is one of the historic wineries producing the DOCG Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. It also produces cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil, wildflower honey, and other types of honey, along with fresh truffles. It organizes unique experiences both in the countryside, harvest and truffle hunting, and in the historic center of Montepulciano with visits to the Città Scatarrina Winery Museum and various tastings of wines and traditional Tuscan products. I'm game.
Amazing.
I'm going.
I want it all.
I want it all. Yep. So Marco Zienk. Okay. Don't be fooled! Exclamation point. I bought a dish of wild boar ragu on the advice of the shop assistant. I trusted him so much that I didn't even read the label and only realized after I got home that it was beef. What a scam! 4 exclamation points. I bought a dish of singhali that I had never eaten before, but I didn't know how to cook it, so I had to eat it according to the recipe. I was so frightened.
I don't know what the second thing is, but I mean, I'd be mad too if someone sold it to me as wild boar and it was not boar.
I wouldn't know the difference. So, I mean, if
I got home and I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
it says beef on it because I don't read Italian, right? And I wasn't paying enough attention. And he's like, oh yes, you have to have this. And then you're right. And then you're like, yes, $35. I'll take it. And you get home, it's like, oh, it's like Prego meat sauce, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm with Marco with this.
Me too.
I'm
I
with
think so
Marco.
too.
I don't understand the "I was so frightened" thing.
Well, what is
I
it?
believe Sing Hayal is a type of I think it's like
I was going
a
to Google, but I don't know how to
delicacy.
spell it.
It's a delicacy. Uh
So you
oh
went to
no,
YouTube.
it's the
Oh,
Italian word for wild boar.
oh, what? Okay, can we read that part of the sentence again? I'm so
Okay.
confused.
Yeah. Okay. Don't be fooled. Okay, so I bought a dish of wild boar ragu on the advice of the shop assistant. I trusted him so much that I didn't even read the label and only realized after I got home that it was beef. What a scam. I bought a dish of wild boar, singhali,
Yeah.
that I never eaten before, but I didn't know how to cook it, so I had to eat it according to the recipe. I was so frightened. Well, now you're saying it is
Okay.
wild boar and they gave you a recipe, so why are you frightened?
And that, yeah, I'm confused.
Marco Zing.
So
Um,
I still am gonna side with him if it wasn't wild boar, but he's
he's
contradicting himself.
contradicted. Yes, he's contradicting himself.
But if it's the case that he got home and it was beef sauce, beef
Then I'm all
with the
for.
beef meat sauce, I'm like, dude, yeah, I'd be mad too.
So,
They saw you and they scammed you.
yeah. So, but in the first one, it sounds like he bought something that was already cooked. And then the second
Yeah,
sentence, it sounds like he had to cook it. So I don't know. Marco is a
yeah.
bit confusing.
Marco had a lot of wine that day,
Ah, Marco had a lot of wine. Okay.
as one
Paolo.
does.
Then everything's good when you have a lot of wine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be put a 1-star review. I'd be like, hey,
Hey.
man, I'm in Italy. It smells delicious. There's wildflowers and honey and
Honey.
bees and olive
Uh,
trees and truffles in the air. Like, I can't
It's all
imagine.
life is good.
Yeah.
Life is
So
good.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even have noticed that it wasn't boar.
Well, that,
I would be
yeah.
telling tall tales everywhere about the wild
I'm
boar sauce
bored.
I cooked for dinner, you know? So
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
Marco.
All right. Paolo Comba. Chilling! Exclamation point. Anyone who understands a little bit about wine and tasting should stay away from this place. So, in other words, if you have no clue, it's good.
Yeah.
It's a tourist trap.
Oh, where they swap out expensive wild boar for cheap ground
Oh,
beef.
wait, you don't know what's going on? You come through this door. Oh, you
Yeah,
do
this
know
is
what's
the
going
tourist
on?
side.
Go to this
Yeah,
side.
exactly.
And now, a word from our sponsor. Did you know that Dracaena Wines has a wine club? We named it the Chalk Club. Draco is on our label, but Vegas was getting a bit jealous, so we decided he deserved to be our wine club spokesdog. In Las Vegas, betting chalk means that you are betting on all of the favorites, and we're gambling that once you taste our wines, we will become one of your favorite wineries. The club is simple yet a bit different than most. We don't ask for a lot of commitment like others do. Choose between three tiers: the Sweet 16, where you will receive 3 bottles twice a year and get 15% off all orders. Sign up for the Elite 8 and get 20% off all orders and receive 4 bottles twice a year, or make it to the Final Four and receive 6 bottles twice a year, as well as receiving 25% off purchases. All tiers receive discounted shipping, are customizable, and are eligible for unlimited referral bonuses. Add $15 to the bank for each person you refer. Head to www.dracenowines.com to use the link in the show notes to find out all the Chalk Club has to offer and to sign up. We've stocked the odds so that you can get our award-winning wines without breaking the bank. In Tuscany for a tour of the cellars in various territories, we decide to book in this place in the center of Montepulciano. The visit was made together with 50 other people.
Ugh, that's my worst nightmare.
Yes, a total confusion. The tasting was then fast, confusing, stand up, little respect for wine and people.
I mean, that's on you traveling as a pack of 50 tourists.
Yeah.
Don't you
I'm
think?
yeah, I'm wondering if he went there and then got lumped in like a single tour was 50 people.
Oh,
Like,
that's what he's
you know
saying. Got
how
it. Yeah.
like the big wineries, they just do tours
Yes.
every half
At least he
hour or
showed up on
something.
time.
Yeah.
At least he showed up on time. So he was able to be with the big group.
Yeah. I think that's what happened is he
Oh,
just
okay.
showed up. He showed up and you get lumped in. There's a tour at 3:30 and everybody that's there is 3:30. And so there
It's
were
just too many
50
people for them to
people.
accommodate.
What, right. 50 people, one tour guide. So you're not really sure what's going on. And it's standing up because there's 50 people. So little
Yeah.
respect for the wine and people. So I'm gonna go with Paulo on that one.
Me too. And I do think this is where Paolo's review is helpful because he's basically saying this is a place that tourists converge on,
Mhm.
and that will have an impact on your experience. He's not saying it that way, but
Right.
that's what I'm getting
It's
from
like
it.
it's like the wineries that accept the tour buses, right? If you're
Oh,
in there
yes.
when there's a tour bus, it's just,
Yeah.
yeah. So I agree. Paulo, kudos for your review because it's actually a helpful review.
Yes. Thank you
Yes.
very much. This is a useful 1 star.
Yes. All right. So Chris S. So anyone who comes in here thinking they have good wine and top-notch wine tour is completely misled. Yes, they have a historic cellar, but that's about it. Wine tasting, unfriendly and completely uninvolved in questions and guests. Tour buses that spend a lot of money are very welcome. Have fun on the unfriendly wine tour in Montepulciano.
Oh, yes. Again, very useful. I'm on his side, and you called it.
Yep. Tour buses. Yep. So you're getting lumped in. You may only be a two-person, but you
Yeah.
got there when a tour bus showed up and now you're with 50 other people.
While they're trying to wrangle you like cats,
Mm-hmm.
and then also push you through before the next bus comes. So
Comes.
they don't have time for
Exactly.
questions and talk about the wine.
Yep. Yep. All
You
right.
know what it reminds me of is although I don't say there are tour buses there, but in Napa, we have the Isatui,
Oh, yes.
which
Yeah.
I actually like to go there and picnic. And when we lived there, it's fun to go. But you can show up, and then now they have like food trucks and like they've really made a whole thing. But I
Right.
remember we used to go there, and it was just pushing up to
Yep.
try to get a
A
tasting. The
tasting.
tastings were free, which is why we all went there, right?
Right.
But yeah,
Yep.
that's what I imagine.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's two helpful one-star reviews.
Yes.
Okay. Sergei's Trebek. The only thing that is interesting in this is the historical wine cellar, which you would probably find elsewhere in the village. At the end of the guided tour of the wine cellar, there is a wine tasting, which is more like a conveyor belt and in the style of going as quickly as possible. In a small space, approximately 10 by 2 meters, a whole bus of 45 people lean around the bar, to whom the employees, without any explanation or story about the wine, pour it from bottles that have already been opened in advance at room temperature into the same glass without washing it with water. Okay, you had
Yeah,
me there
thanks.
to Sergey. You had me to that. Okay.
Sergey, I don't think you know what you're talking about. And two, Sergey, you've obviously never worked a busy shift.
Right. Right.
Right? Like they're just trying to survive back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. This is not
Reopening them
called
because
wine tasting. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. This
but I
is
agree with
this
him.
is definitely somebody who has never served 45 people at the same
Yes,
time. Right?
exactly.
Yes, the bottle, we have 45 people coming in. I'm going to open 4 bottles of every wine we're going to pour, and we are going
And just go left to
conveyor.
right,
Yep.
left to right,
Yep.
left to right. So no one gets missed because the next review is I was in the middle of this group of 45 people and I only got 2 of the 4 wines, right?
Yes. Yes. So I get the
Oh,
conveyor
wow.
belt. I absolutely do. But you're there with 45 people. Those poor people behind the counter are just, as you said, trying to survive.
Oh my gosh. But still, useful review because I don't want to go to this place.
Yes.
But
Yes,
this is where the
absolutely.
tour, and if I were the winery, I don't know if we'll have more of these for this one, but if I were the estate owner or, the property owner of this wine cave, and I was going to create a tourist trap and I was going to book these be on all these tours, all the different companies' tours, and wanted to give people a wine tasting experience on this tour, like Cosmo's, like, we've got 18 minutes, so you got to do it
Right.
fast, or we've got
Mhm.
36 minutes before we tell them they go to the bathroom, or we're getting back on the bus, we're
Right.
going to Pisa, right?
Right.
So I think this is exactly what I would create
Yeah.
to get like the conveyor system, to
Yep.
get them through and to get as many of them possible and have exit through the gift shop, so they can buy tchotchkes, take a
Yep.
picture in front of a fake backdrop of the cave, buy their keychains and buy 6 packs of wine that we've made easy to grab already, like
Yep.
in boxes, and get them out the door.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it sounds very efficient and good business. It's just
Yes.
not wine tasting
What that
for those
and
of us who like to
right.
wine taste.
Right. Now again, I'm curious as to if this person was part of the bus tour or just happened to be there at
Oh,
the same time as a bus tour. Because if you're on the bus, 45 people are coming in at the same time. You got to give a little. But if he just showed up and there happened to be a tour bus, then I can understand a little bit more. But again, very, very helpful. But my little
yeah.
helpful advice to surgeons is you do not wash. You can't expect different glasses after every pour, A. And B, you're not supposed to wash wine glasses with water in between tastings. It does dilute
No.
flavor of the wine, and so if you want to wash, you wash with the next wine.
Yeah, and they
But
can't be expected to replace glassware in this
no,
situation,
no. Oh
or
my God,
really in
could you
any
imagine?
tasting situation. No, can
Could
you
you
imagine?
imagine 45 people, even if there's four wines? How, 45
I
times
can't
four?
even. Well, I can, because in our club, sometimes people have events and like, we want 6 glasses in front of everyone because we're gonna do a progressive tasting, and we're like, yes, absolutely. There is an excessive glass
Yes,
charge because our team now has to go and try to keep up. We have a lot of glasses. It's a club
right,
full of glasses, but even we have to be washing as we
right.
go.
Washing and right,
Um, right, and then polishing. Every glass gets polished, so it is an assembly line of glassware, all hands on deck. And when you present them with the excess glass charge,
right.
they either happily pay it, and we're like, fine, we can have an extra busser on or something, or they suddenly recognize, like, this is an unreasonable request of this little club to ask for six
6 glasses
glasses
per
for
person.
20 people
Yeah.
at 3 o'clock on a Thursday,
Right.
right? So yeah, so yes, I can imagine washing the glasses, because sometimes they pay the fee.
Right.
There's something I mentioned to you about the tour. I've been on tours like that because I've like earned incentive trips, and they took us both times is actually through Tuscany. And there are towns that we got there, and the masses, and it wasn't just our bus, right? We
Right.
pull up the thing and there's buses, people streaming
Yep.
into like the square in Siena, or right, or to in a small town where like everyone's going to this one museum, or San Gimignano, right? Everyone's like showing up
Yeah.
at once. And so in both of those times, in those two towns in particular, so I'm using it as examples, I just went and sat. I found a place away from the people, right?
Right.
I skipped the museum, I skipped the thing, and I had a glass of wine or I had a cappuccino by myself and took a rest, because the experience that I was going to have following where the tour guide was going
Was
with
not
all the
going to
other
be a
tours was not
beneficial
going
one.
to be positive. So
Right.
all my photos and memories are of these beautiful towns, right?
Right.
Villages, whatever, on my own terms.
Terms.
So if
Yep.
I were on a thing like this, and this was our third winery of the day, or our first winery, and we did one yesterday, and I know it's going to be that, I might go to the gift shop, buy a bottle of wine, and go sit on a
Same.
bench,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
I would go
So
on the
much better.
internet and
Right.
read up on that cave and look at the pictures,
Yes.
because
Look at other
because
people's pictures.
yeah, because the experience. But I do feel that for the people who are not on the tour, who are going there and being in that situation
Right.
unexpectedly. So these
But
reviews are
again,
helpful to help prevent
yes,
it.
these reviews are fantastic because if you're okay with that, then it's good. But see,
Yeah.
this is what reviews are for. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I'm feeling good about this.
All right. And now we have Barbara Felaguesta. Very nice and kind people, except two, very rude, who started laughing and making fun of me for a question I asked.
Did Barbara
Not
tell us the
very,
question?
yeah, she does
Oh,
not. Um,
oh.
we started laughing and making fun of me for a question I asked. Not very respectful towards customers, to the detriment of the winery and other people who work with the utmost seriousness and kindness. I'm sorry that because of them, I didn't make any purchases. So I guess
Oh.
according to them, there are stupid questions.
Yeah, right. And listen, I don't mean to make excuses for rude service, because I don't think there's a real excuse, but I imagine that place is like a pressure cooker
Yeah.
when the hordes come through, and you're doing these 45 people as quickly as you
As you
can,
can.
and then you get 12 minutes before the next group shows
Right.
up. And
Right.
so I imagine that tempers could fray, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Patience could fray.
I really wanted her to ask
I wish
what question did she ask, and
I
then
would
we
love to
then we
know.
could really decide if we would have laughed at her
Because
also.
it might have been like, if you're like, if they were pouring and doing the thing, right? And it's like
Mhm.
a madhouse, for some imagining. And it could just be that she asked something like for something, and they kind of, because like this is tour bus number 6 today. And they're like, I'm just hoping to get back to my family alive.
Right, right,
Right.
right.
When she's maybe, who knows, maybe she asked them to rinse the glasses with water between tastings, and they laughed. Oh, how they laughed, you know?
Yeah, no,
I wish
not
she would have told us.
happening. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
but
Not hap-
laughing because it's the
Yeah,
ninth request
yes.
of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I feel, Barbara, we need to know what question you asked before we can
Yeah.
pass judgment.
Yeah, this
Um,
is so I'm on the side of the winery with that one because I don't know enough
yeah, yeah. We
to
need we
how to be
need to know the
useful.
question so we could laugh at you also.
Right. Because we right now, even though I appreciate these 1-star reviews. I think they're useful, and I'm on all three of those guys' sides.
Yeah.
I also am feeling the pain of that staff.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are just the one guy who said conveyor belt.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Each bus leaves, they wipe their brow from the sweat, and then the next bus comes,
They say
and
they're
they're
going to run for a
frantically
cigarette.
opening more bottles.
Yeah. They're saying they're going to run for a cigarette. They go, there's no time. They say they're going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's no time. Right? Like you can't. They're parched. They're very thirsty.
Yeah.
There's no time.
Time.
Right?
No time for water.
Yeah. Sorry. You can
Oh,
drink the water that you would be using to rinse out these
right.
glasses for these people. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine. It sounds like a nightmare. I'll probably
Yeah.
have a nightmare about it tonight.
Yeah.
I'll incorporate my normal old server stress dreams that I, dredge up from my 20s,
Right, right.
and I'll incorporate this, and I'll be a server in an old
Okay.
cave in Italy in 2025,
But-
pouring wine as fast as I can.
Okay. This one I just am baffled by. And Antonio bought 5 liters of red wine, good tasting and drinkable in the big bottle, bitter and undrinkable, disgusting.
So maybe they were pouring from from a Magnum or something, and then he bought the bottle, the
Bought
liter size.
5 liters of red wine,
Oh,
good
maybe he bought a
tasting,
5 liter.
right? Good tasting and drinkable in big bottle, bitter and undrinkable, disgusting.
I I feel like maybe whatever he bought, either he bought the big one or the small one, and it tasted different than whatever he tasted there and the big one or the small one.
Okay. So the
I just don't know which is
big one
which.
aged properly, but a normal bottle
Yeah,
did not. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
something like that. It's like discrepancy. I don't know that can really be a 1-star though. I mean, I guess so, but this isn't a wine store.
Yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know
I
what to
just put
say.
that one in. I didn't think that was funny. I just put it in because I didn't understand it. And I thought maybe you could, you know,
I'm just guessing,
yeah.
but I'm good at guessing,
Yeah.
and I think I'm guessing around people's bad ability not to be able to communicate clearly. But it sounds like he's talking about format differences, right?
Yeah.
Wherever he had it the first time was one
One
format, and
thing.
then the one he bought was a different format, and they didn't taste the same,
Same.
which
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. From even the same format bottle to
Yeah,
bottle can be different. Yeah.
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 So sorry, man.
All right. All right. So we have now had drinkable big bottles, but don't want the smaller bottles. We want water in our wine glasses, and we need time in between these 45 people at a time tasting. So we're going to head an additional 5 minutes down the road to Witchy Winery.
Okay, that sounds fun.
I know. But now they don't have any summary for themselves. But they are,
because they don't have to explain themselves. They're
they don't
probably
have
so
to.
fabulous, right?
Well, they have a 4.6 rating.
Oh, not as
So
good.
not as good. We're getting a little lower in our overall rating with 699 reviews.
Oh, not as many reviews either.
Okay. Right.
Interesting.
I'm
I'm getting more paper because my notes are getting long.
So we're going to start off with Stephanie Cole, who is another local guide. Okay. Came for a tasting and the waiter didn't seem to want to educate. Felt rushed anytime we asked a question. The parking lot is there, THERE, parking lot, is for about 5 cars that block each other in. So twice in 10 minutes, we were asked to get up and move the car. We told them to
Oh, no.
cancel our lunch and we left after 1 glass. There, THERE, terrace doesn't look out onto anything nice.
I mean, I don't know the whole thing, but I would be so annoyed if I had to get up for my
Keep
wine
getting up and
tasting
move
and
my
move
car.
my car twice. I would
I'm
give them
with
a
you,
1 star as
Stephanie.
well.
Yep, I'm with you,
I'd be like, you
Stephanie.
need to figure out a different parking arrangement, even if it's a shuttle from someplace like a
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All
I
right.
feel you, sister.
Yep, we're with you. Carolyn Stewart. I rarely review.
Sure, Carolyn. Only when you're mad.
Only when
you're
I'm mad.
Never when you're happy.
Then I whip out my phone. I rarely review, but unfortunately, we had a very poor experience here today. No staff on hand to discuss the various wines, wine dispensers that weren't working correctly, yet you end up paying for their errors even when challenged. Had €3 of wine, but charged 13 after the errors and refused to listen.
I'm inclined to believe her after the parking lot in
Yeah.
consideration.
Uh-huh.
I can imagine her going up to the counter and then be like, "Hey, well, that's what it is." Like,
Yeah.
just like not even like a cuss, like whatever.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like dispenser, because she's saying dispensers. So I'm wondering if it's like they have
Like an
it in the,
automatic.
yeah, yeah.
Because you have those cards are automatic. And so if you were busy, not again to make excuses for the staff, but if you were busy and someone came up and said, "I only drank 2," but their
Right.
card said they drank 4,
Right.
you're going to believe the card because you can't see.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it could be that the thing is malfunctioning and
Functioning.
they're not fixing it, or they don't believe it because they don't believe the customer. Eventually, like 3 weeks from now, they're going to be like, "Man, we've getting a lot of complaints about this." Yeah. And then we're going to go, "Oh man, we've been overcharging
Charging. Yeah. So
Right.
again, I'm with Carolyn on this.
Me too.
We are with
Stephanie and Carolyn, we're on your side.
Okay. So now this one, I could not find the original review.
Oh.
Because this is from Francesca Usay, and it says update.
Oh, usually there's one beneath it, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't there.
But I didn't see it. So this is an update. I have been returning to this restaurant for years for the excellent cuisine, but this will be the last time. Unfortunately, so this is what I think. I think she gave them a 5-star review previously, and now she updated it to a 1-star, but I couldn't find the 5-star or the other one. I've been returning to this restaurant for years for excellent cuisine, but this will be the last time. Unfortunately, for a few euros, they have lost at least 2 customers. I ordered their cantucci as dessert, but being super full, I opted to wrap them in a napkin to take them away. At the end of the meal, we got up and went to pay, and a few minutes later, I realized I had left them on the table. I asked the waiter, who tells me that they weren't there, and in any case, he had cleared the table and they had probably been thrown away. At that point, I asked if they could sell me another portion, but they refused me.
Oh.
We had just spent €80 for lunch and €60 for the purchase of 3 bottles of wine, and perhaps, given what had happened, they could have helped us. Finally, I purchased a pack of cantucci, obviously at full price without a cent discount. It certainly wasn't mandatory, but it would have made the difference. A spectacular riot of flavors from the cutting board to the pasta, not to mention the desserts. Absolutely not to be missed when you're back again the next day.
Oh, so maybe that is all the original review and the current review in one.
So maybe a spectacular riot of flavors was the original review. There you go. It just didn't say original. She just normally I'm going to update this review. Yeah.
Well, because it'll show the old stars and then it shows the new stars. What I'm probably going to side with her, but I'm confused because one, it is a bummer. And you know what? They're busting tables so fast, so they would have thrown it away. It's wrapped in a napkin.
It's wrapped in a napkin.
Yeah, so I don't blame them for throwing it away. And then, but it's weird to me that they wouldn't allow her to buy a new one. But then they did allow her to buy a new one. So I guess she argued and they
Well,
finally agreed.
what it sounds like is she asked and they wouldn't give her new ones like at the table, but then she went to, they must
Oh,
have like a gift shop or something, and she purchased it there at full price without a discount. But now my guess is those people didn't even know she had an issue, but I'm still
right.
siding with her. I'm still
Yeah,
siding
me
with
too.
her.
I'm on her side because
Yeah.
I mean, you could have made this easy.
Yeah.
You could have just you didn't have to comp it for her. You say, of course, of course. Would you
Right.
like
She
us to
said
put
she
it in
was
the
willing to buy
box?
more. She was willing
Yeah,
to buy more. It wasn't even like she was asking for
yeah.
a free refill.
So
Yeah.
they could have put it in the box for her and sent her on her way, and she would still have a 5-star
So
review about
review
their explosion or the symphony of
and
flavors.
flavors. And she'd be going because she goes there for returning for years. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. I'm with you, Francesca.
we get it.
Yep. So far we're
Also, she
all with
called
the
a
customer.
restaurant. And so that's the first mention of the restaurant side of
Yeah.
this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's interesting. Instead
Yep.
of calling it like whatever they
Yeah.
were called, the cellar or whatever
The
they were calling it
seller.
before.
Yeah. Leonardo. I found the wine to be of low quality, even though the waiter kept passing it off as something special. What does he think the waiter's going to do? This piece of crap that I'm pouring into your glass right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I found this wine to be low quality, even though the waiter kept passing it off as something special. The price is high for the quantity and
Oh,
especially for the quality.
I
Okay.
mean, you want the wine to be good.
Yes.
Uh,
But does he
so,
really expect the waiter to say this is shit?
well, it's hilarious. It's like he's saying, and the waiter came to our table and said, "Oh, I have this special offering." And we said, "Oh, that sounds amazing." And they poured it and we're like, "This is terrible."
Terrible.
Like the waiter's trying to move it because they just can't sell this stuff. Right. So we're like, that's marketing.
That's marketing, dear. Yes.
That's just the way it works. Lovely. Um, so
Yeah.
I don't know on that one. I mean, I guess
I,
it's worth 1 star. I just wouldn't
well,
write a review about not liking the wine.
wine, right. That's where I get it, Leonardo, but that's not a 1 star review because you didn't like the wine. It wasn't,
Yeah.
you know,
Or
whatever.
they're trying to market it,
Right.
market a wine that you don't like.
Like, right.
So I would have
Um,
to be, I'm going to be in over to the left with the winery
yeah.
restaurant. I'll give them a little bit of,
Well, I think we're going to go right back to Heejun Kang and go back, but there's no explanation. Moldy wine.
oh, this is the same place?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe the wine's not good.
I mean, I've never actually seen mold in wine.
No.
It can
I don't know if they actually
taste.
can grow,
No,
right? Because of the acid.
no. Maybe the bottle is moldy because it's an old, in
Yeah,
those
the outside of
cellars.
it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
maybe moldy, he's using moldy as a vague descriptor. Like he's like,
yeah.
ooh,
Just
moldy,
yeah,
ew,
yeah.
not
Like
actual mold.
instead of I get earth, I get forest
Yes.
floor. He gets
Yes.
mold.
Yes.
But I am sensing a theme here. I
Yeah.
am sensing a theme because Gabri 6993 crazy prices and rudeness at the highest levels, in particular, and she gives the date. Highly not recommended. I don't understand all of the positive reviews, perhaps from stupid purists.
Stupid tourists. Oh yeah. They don't know any better.
I think that's hysterical. She's like, yeah, it's not good, but maybe these stupid tourists are giving the good reviews.
Look, it's the only place they were on the bus, right? I know it's not the best place, but
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. And then Ramona Gilbertini. We found a live worm on the cold cuts platter. I'll leave the
Oh,
conclusions to you.
I mean, I don't want to go to this place after reading these
Oh, hell
reviews,
no.
right? Yeah,
Hell
I'm not
no.
gonna be there. I they lost me at I have got to move my car twice during a tasting.
Yes.
I was like, I don't care how good your food is. I don't care if you give me free replacement dessert when you throw it away. I don't care if there's no mold and no worms. The having to move my car is that's
Yeah,
a
that's a
deal
hard
breaker.
stop. That's a hard
Yeah.
stop. Well, we have visited some very intriguing places today. But I think we're going to stop there and we
Yeah.
will continue in Montepulciano. We may get 3 episodes of Montepulciano because there were some funny things in Montepulciano. So
that makes me so happy. And I like it's a mix of people, tourists and locals, like the
yeah.
lady who'd been there over and over. I also feel like after all these years, how many years would this be? After 30 years, I have this clarity around Montepulciano, the
Yeah.
grave in Montepulciano, the
Oh, the
town.
town.
So thank you.
Oh, you
I know
are.
I told you my
I'm glad.
story.
Yes.
So, I
Yes.
mean, it was like one of the first wines I identified when all my friends were drinking Merlot. Merlot was very big in 1994. And we had just like graduated from White Zinfandel at that point
Oh,
in our
okay.
like from the Sutter home in my friend group. And so Merlot, everyone's drinking Merlot. We felt very fancy. And then I think, I don't know if I said it on the show, but I voiced an ad for our local beverage outlet, and it was Citra was the label, of this Montepulciano di Bruzzo, and they had to teach me how to say it. And then I got some bottles because I was very attached. And for years, I've been ordering it, and my friends are like, "Oh, you taught me about this wine in the 90s." And so I feel very associated with it, but knew nothing.
Okay.
Knew nothing. I was thinking Spanish, French, that Montepulciano di Bruzzo meant Montepulciano from Abruzzo.
Well, that is what it means, but the difference is a city versus a grape.
Yes. So I guess I knew that. I didn't know there was a separate city. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever it was. I've been so
well, they can name these things better. They could name,
but you've illuminated me so much that I don't even remember what my old error was. I just now feel
now
like
you
I
now
understand.
know. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't remember what it was. I just remember when you and I spoke about it, you said, well, and I thought, oh my gosh, 30 years and I haven't figured that out. So.
They just like Italy likes, Italians like to confuse things. That's all.
Yeah, it's fun.
Right. That's all. All right. So we will meet again next month for more. I just think, ending with worms is the correct place to end,
I mean, if it was a charcuterie or a crudité platter, I would be like, oh, it was on the lettuce.
Right.
But what is it doing with the meat?
Meats. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like it.
We were pro customer.
Yes. I'm
every
so proud
one
of
of those.
Because, we tend to see the business side of it, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were we for the winery. Oh, sorry, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 7. So it's pro customer.
And
we have decided the last 3 that we kind of raced through. So that would have been 10.
Yeah. And those we found 2 wineries that we will not go to thanks to these reviews.
I mean, and isn't that what they're really for?
That is the enlightenment of reviews.
They're not here just to settle a score, to make you feel better about your life, or to show off your superior knowledge. They're here to help people know what to avoid and what to go seek out.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Martha, it was great seeing you again. Yes. And do you want to give your little end of bio who you are?
Yes, and I always feel self-conscious because I should be getting my podcast, the next season out and up, and I'm behind the game. And so but I do like to share that I have a podcast called My Aloof Vagina, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can find it at myaloofvagina.com. And it is a comedy podcast about perimenopause and aging and midlife for women, a comedy podcast for women. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again. And we will return to Montepulciano again next time. And I will see you soon.
You are so special,
This has been another episode of Exploring the Wine Glass. Thanks for listening. If you have suggestions on what topics you would like me to discuss, please reach out on social media. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as Exploring the Wine Glass. I am also on LinkedIn as Lori Hoyt Budd. Of course, you can always email me at exploringthewineglass@gmail.com and sign up for my newsletter at exploringthewineglass.com. If you enjoyed what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe to help others find me more easily. And most importantly, tell your wine-loving friends, because if you like the podcast, they will too. Podcast music is Wine by Kevins. Until next week, Slainte.
I want a nice glass right now. first glass right now.